Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday morning here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go across to our friends over in the US, and we're heading to Arizona in particular. And of course, speaking with the Arizona women's basketball team, of course, they're going pretty well at the moment in a pretty tough conference as well. Of course, they've got a big game coming up this weekend. Of course, they're at home again, of course, to Utah and Colorado. And of course, we've got two very special guests joining us right now to tell us all about it. Thanks, Briefy, for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Hi.
Now, I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us what position both of you play on the court.
So my name's Tara Manu Malenga. I'm a sophomore here, and I play shooting guard wing.
My name is Mara Mote. I'm a shooting guard too. I'm from Latvia, not Australia.
Now, of course, as I said in the intro, you've got Utah and Colorado coming up on the schedule at home, which I think it's your last part of the big home games that you've had so far. I guess, how are you approaching the games coming up?
Well, I guess because we versed them on the road, we've already versed Utah and Colorado. We got a sweep last time we versed them on our away games, but I think we're just looking forward to getting hopefully another sweep this weekend and playing at home. It's going to be a bit easier for us as well, because playing at Utah and Colorado, it's always tough. But yeah, we're just looking forward to getting 2 dubs under our belt this weekend. So yeah.
Got an incredible home record, 8-1 so far this season, and against teams in your conference, you haven't lost at home in your conference play other than Stanford. But it must be, I guess, how important is it to try to defend your home court?
I guess as everyone would say, defending the home court is important. You don't want to lose in front of. I mean, we don't have fans this season, but you never want to lose, especially when it's in your own city. But yeah, we don't want to, let our fans down or let our teammates down and our coaches down. But yeah.
Of course, I want to speak to both of you about the game against Oregon. Actually, it was last weekend at home. You beat them by 16 points. It was number 10th in the country. I'm assuming that did everything just sort of clicked really well for the team that day, because I think you beat them by about 16 points that game.
I think Mara would agree. I think our preparation going into the game was really good. Compared to other weeks, I think everyone was just switched in at every practice. Our game plan just went to how it planned to. I think our defense that game just made them play bad. Like, they're a good team, but I think our defense, being one of the best defensive teams in the Pac-12, I think we came out and showed what we could do. But yeah, everything just kind of worked that game. But yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, that was probably one of our best games of the season so far, and we did the game plan, and as our coach said, we made them look bad. They're not a bad team, but like, our defense and our offense made them look bad.
Now, currently sitting at 10-2 overall, and 8-2 in your conference. I guess, what's the ultimate goal for this team?
So we made goals at the beginning of the season. One of them was to win the Pac-12 conference play, and then win a Pac-12 tournament later on in the season. But our ultimate goal at the end would just to be to see how far we can go in the tournament run. Our goal is to make Final Four. So yeah.
Let's talk a bit about your amazing coaching staff there at Arizona. I guess, tell us a bit about them, and I guess how special they've been throughout both your basketball journeys so far there at Arizona.
Our coaching staff I think it's a bit different to a lot of other teams, just because Adia and Salva, Adia being our head coach, Salva being our associate head coach, they're married, they're husband and wife, and I think it just brings more of a family culture to the team. And then when we added, I think it was about 2 seasons ago now, or a season ago, we added Tamisha and Jackie after losing our other 2 assistant coaches. I think they really added to our team, added to the family culture. But I think our coaching staff is really, they gel well together. Everyone complements each other really well on and off the court. But I think, yeah, we have a really good coaching staff this year. So, yeah, Mara would probably agree. I don't know.
Oh yeah, of course I agree. Yes. But yeah, like I would agree. I mean, I have a little bit more connection to Saul as he was the coach who recruited me, so knowing him a little bit longer. And Jackie's kind of our both individual coach, so we spent a lot of time with her. But yeah, our coaching staff is great, and we spent a lot of a lot of time with them, so we know them well.
Now, tell us a bit about. I know that you got. I'm assuming you got a couple of your senior players that are supposedly meant to finish this year, but obviously due to the pandemic, that of course they can opt for another year next season. You must tell us who your seniors are this year, and have you tried to convince them to stay on for another year?
Yeah, we have a couple of seniors this year. And we got Ari McDonald, Sam, Thomas, Trinity. She's a fifth year. So is Ari. Is that what that seniors one? Yeah, we have a couple of like redshirt transfer players, but I think it's really good that everyone's getting this year back, getting another year under their belt. But I think it's a decision they'll probably make at the end of the season because the season's long. So I guess, and under the circumstances, people have to make the right decisions. But yeah, we're definitely begging for them to come back next season.
And I guess on the opposite end, I'm sure you got some new freshmen in the team as well.
Yeah, we have me and Mara's roommate, Lauren Ware. She's a freshman. We have Darren. I now say her last name. Darren, and then we have Mata. And then we have another freshman, Madison Connor, who just came. Enrolled early for a couple 6 months earlier. So she's the class of 2021. Yeah. But yeah, exciting freshman class for sure.
Let's talk a bit about both your basketball journeys. Where did it all start and why did both of you choose it? Obviously come from completely different sides of the world.
So yeah, I was born in Sydney. Then I moved to Queensland. I've played basketball ever since I was maybe 8 years old, and I've always had both my older siblings play basketball. So it's just something I've just always done, and my parents are really sport fanatics, you could say. But my older brother he played college. He's finished now, so I've just grown up and I watched him travel back and forth from the United States back home to Australia. It's just watching him play, and then just I don't know, just because I've traveled to America a couple of times before I came to college, and I just really liked it over here. Just the atmosphere, it's really fast paced. Everything's fun. It's a bit different, obviously back home. Everything's a bit not slower, but everything's a bit chill. But yeah, college basketball was just always something I wanted to do, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, for me too. I started playing basketball around 9, I think. My dad and my uncle played. They kind of played for fun, but I always watched them, so I gave it a try. And then later in high school, I kind of moved further away from my family to play like more in a higher level of basketball. So I was kind of used to being away from my family. And my uncle, he did track in college, so we all always kind of talked about maybe I should go to college, see how it feels. And that was kind of in my head for a long time. And here I am. I took the chance, and I'm enjoying it.
Now, both of you are sophomores. They're at Arizona. I guess due to, I'm assuming your season got cut short last season due to the pandemic. Have either of you had a chance to return home to your respective countries?
Well, we at the end of last season, because our season got cut short, we got sent home around, I think it was February, just because borders and everything were closing and there was restrictions and everything. So we had to try and get back as quick as we could. But yeah, the last time I was back home was probably, I think beginning of August. But yeah, haven't been back since.
Yeah, I just made it home like a day before the borders closed, so that was pretty nice. And then yeah, I came back around August. That's honestly I think the longest I've been home since
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
years.
Now I have to ask, what would be a highlight throughout your basketball journey? Either playing at home in your home country or playing at Arizona.
I guess my highlight would, at the moment, would be definitely playing here. We play in front of like crazy crowds, and we're obviously playing against some of the best basketball players in the country and the world. So yeah, definitely college right now is probably my biggest highlight of my basketball career. But yeah, there's still a lot more basketball to be played. So yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of the same for me too.
yeah,
Obviously, you mentioned at the start what position you both play on the court. If you had a
yeah.
preferred position where you love to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be?
I like where I'm at. I like playing the wing. I don't. I mean, back home I used to play point guard, not a lot, but I did for some of my teams. But over here, like sometimes like I'll have the ball in my hand. I'll have to bring the ball up the court. So I don't know. I think I'd prefer the wing, if I'm being honest. I don't know about being a post. The posts in these conference, they're big. So yeah, I'd stay at the wing.
No, same for me. Sometimes I feel like maybe the post is easier, but then I now see how physical they are and how much are they going at each other. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay on my wing. I do my
But
job, and
Mara's low-key a point guard, so
yeah, I mean, sometimes
we
I
could go
can be. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I could be doing this better. But then some days are like, you know what? Let me stay in my shooting guard position. It
yeah.
just depends on the day.
hmm
Now, what does the sport of basketball mean to both of you, and especially being there at Arizona?
Um, I think just basketball's just given me so much opportunity to travel around the world. Traveled all around Australia, New Zealand, some of Asia, and then some of Europe, and now all of America. It's just yeah, I'm just grateful for the sport and what it's done for me and what um it's gonna do for me further on in my future. But yeah, I'm really grateful.
Yeah, same for me. Just all of the people I met in my journey in basketball, like I really appreciate it. And I'm grateful that I have those people around me. And also, I've seen a lot of countries in the world that I know I probably wouldn't even go to if I wasn't playing basketball.
Now, you might as well give your local basketball club or association a bit of a shout out. And I guess how important they've been throughout your basketball journey to where you got to now in Arizona.
hmm so my shout out would probably go to Seahawks basketball. I played there ever since I was uh ever since I was probably like 6, just because my older siblings played there as well. Um, but yeah, I've just come up in the ranks in Queensland, obviously Gold Coast. But I'm really grateful for everything that my local team's done for me. But yeah,
Yeah, I've kind of jumped around teams when I was younger and older, but probably my hometown Texas, that's like where with my first coach, she taught me everything. And then later I was kind of practicing with a professional team and they supported me a lot. So I'm really grateful for all of that.
Do either of you have any future ambitions in the sport of basketball post college?
yeah, definitely. I don't want to start basketball here at college. Um, I want to see how far it can take me, whether that's back home in Australia, here in America, or even, somewhere in Europe. But yeah, just seeing where it can take me around the world after college. Yeah.
Yeah, probably for sure. Like I'm not gonna just stop after college. I'll look at the opportunities and stuff, but taking every year at a time and see how it looks.
Now, I know the Pac 12 is a pretty tough conference, been to a couple of games when I was over there. But
Mhm.
obviously, you would have faced up against, obviously for you, Tara, a lot of Australian players, and
Yeah.
obviously for you, Mario, of course, a lot of European players as well. I guess how good is to face up against, I guess, a couple of the players from your home country?
Yeah. I think it's been about every Pac-12 team that I've played. There's always an Australian. Um, the other week we played Washington State, and I versed some girls from my old national team. But it's really cool just seeing, we're on the other side of the world and just playing against each other. Back home we were playing with each other when we were little in our local teams, and now we're just, I don't know, in America playing basketball against each other. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. It's not weird, it's cool. But yeah.
Yeah, for me too. Like, I didn't play with them, but I have played against a lot of those European players in our like when we played national teams. So it's interesting to see them in a different uniform and a different lineup and how they play now.
For everyone that should follow the your amazing Arizona women's basketball team from afar, I guess what would be your advice to them to support the team?
Yeah, so I mean we're probably in the middle of the season now. Things are gonna start getting exciting. There's a lot of upsets happening right now, but I think just staying tuned. We haven't reached that peak yet. I think there's a lot more basketball to be played, and yeah, it's gonna be an exciting season.
Yeah, I think we're one of the best teams in the country, but we're playing good, but we really haven't played our best basketball yet. So it's going to be exciting to see like every game we get better and better. So it's interesting to see where we're going to end.
Mhm.
Now let's finish up with a couple light-hearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moment on the court this season, and what was it?
There haven't really been a lot of happening this season. I know previous
Nothing
seasons.
nothing crazy embarrassing, but I guess we were versing Utah. Maybe Sam Thomas. She had a fast break. She had an open layup and she took 3 steps in layup, but the refs didn't call a travel, but it still counted. We saw it on film, and she definitely took 3 steps, 3 or 4 steps, but it's fine. The bucket still counted, so it's all good.
Who's the comedian on the team?
We got a few. There's just
Like each of them have their own unique little thingy.
yeah, I feel like everyone's funny in their own ways. It's just some are just not as vocal as others, if that makes sense. But when they do joke, it's like it's funny. But I think Lauren's funny. She's like in serious moments, she'll just like in serious games, like we'd be down by a couple of points. It's the end of the game, and I don't know. She just says funny stuff, and people would be like, "What the heck?" But yeah, Lauren's definitely funny. Sam Thomas is funny as well. She's a bit of a jokester, but yeah.
Any good singers and dancers in the team we should know about?
Mara, you can answer it.
Well, no, we actually have some singers, okay, but we have
Yeah, I
some
think
dancers. We have some TikTok dancers in our team. We
we have elite TikTokers on our team. Yeah.
have their Tara right there, who's one of our TikTok dancers, Sam Thomas. I think those are the two because last year we also had Dominique and they were like the trio who did all the TikToks.
Yeah.
They're the elite dancers right there.
Yeah, it's TikTok. Yep.
Do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
Not really. I don't like having any superstitions. Otherwise, like I'll think I didn't do this and now everything's gonna go bad. So
Yeah.
maybe just put my right shoe on first and then my left one. That's all.
Yeah, I don't really have one. It's just I always have to wear the same shoes. Like I know like a lot of people wear different shoes at different games to like match the uniforms, but I always have to wear the same shoe, even if it doesn't go with the uniform color that we're wearing on the day. But yeah, I think that's my only superstition, I think.
Now, of course, both you come from different countries. Has any of your teammates tried to put your respective countries' accent, and how's that going?
Yes, this happens actually nearly every day. It probably happened more last season where I had 2 teammates, Sam and Dominique. Dominique graduated, Sam's still on the team. But they would just mimic my accent, and sometimes Sam would just speak in an Australian, well, she'll try to speak in an Australian accent just so that I don't lose my accent. I don't know if that actually helps me, but yeah, or like I'll say a couple of things on the court, and like Ari McDonald would just be like, no, like she'll just copy, like mimic me. Um, but yeah, that always happens anywhere I go, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's mostly just Tara. They don't really say anything about my accent.
Um,
Now, Tara, I'm going to ask you this question.
mhm.
Have you tried to convince any of your teammates that we have kangaroos as pets?
Yeah, I mean, I get back home because I live on a lot of land. I get kangaroos on back on like a lot anyway. So like I'd show people videos of them, and my mom sends the videos to me, and I'd be like, "Yeah, these are my pet kangaroos," and like they fall for it. Some people actually fall for it, which is really weird. Yeah, it's really weird. And like sometimes I'd be like, "Yeah, like we ride the kangaroos to school." I've had like two people believe that, and I had to remind them that I was just joking. But yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now, have either of you convinced any of your teammates to come with you back home?
I think at the end of last season, I think Dominique was trying to like she really wanted to go to Australia, but then all this COVID happened. So there wasn't a lot of traveling going along. But yeah, I've definitely tried convincing some of my teammates to go to Australia with me. I don't know if they will, but yeah, they're a bit scared of the wildlife back home. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, not gonna lie, those
Yeah.
spiders really freak us out.
Yeah, it's the spiders for them. They can't do the spiders or anything, any bugs.
Now, we'll finish over this one last one, which is now, of course, both of you are roommates.
Hmm.
They're Arizona. I guess how special is it to have each other as roommates, even though both of you come from different parts of the world?
Hmm. I think it's really cool. We relate to a lot of things just because like we play the same position as well on the court, so we can relate to a lot of things. But yeah, it's really cool, and especially because we're from different cultures. When we come together, it's just some things are always different. Like there's little things that are different with us. Sometimes we'll say stuff, and each other like we look at each other and we're like, "What the heck? Like, what the heck did you just say?" Like sometimes Mara will not understand me, but sometimes I don't understand her, but it's fine. It's funny most of the time.
That's fun. Yeah, I mean, there's a crazy coincidence that our names are almost identical, even though we're
From
well,
different sides of the world. Yeah. Mara and Tara.
yeah, our teammates, not our teammates, probably our coaches mess that up more.
Yeah, really.
Oh, well, both of you, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. We want to send our best wishes to you, both of you, and of course the rest of your teammates there at Arizona. And let's hope that winning streak continues. Of course, currently 8-2 in your conference and rolling at the moment. And let's hope that continues this weekend. And I guess, your final batch of home games coming up against Utah and Colorado. And let's hope you can sweep them to improve that record to 10-2 by the end of the weekend.
Hmm. Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
No worries. And that's Tara Mara there, joins there from the Arizona women's basketball team. Of course, if you want to follow them throughout the season, of course, that's the team that is. Of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can follow them throughout the Pac-12 competition. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.